Majis, this is DonTheo from Higher Gaming, and we are back with another Verdansk University class, and today we are covering the basic movement guide. Majis, you'll need to learn these basic techniques before we move on to the more advanced techniques in the following weeks. By learning these simple tricks in the movement guide, you will be able to move around the map a lot more effectively, and in the following weeks you'll see how we use it for more advanced things in combat. Before we go through the movement guide, I'm going to show you an example, and Majis, if you enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and turn on those notification bells, Majis.
Please leave me alone.
He's right there, the corner sandwich. He's not sandwiched. He is a sandwich. Peanut butter jelly one. Don't.
I didn't even know there was a shop there.
Nah, I'm sandwiched. My load up. Right.
So to all those controller players out there, if you are using a back button, it doesn't matter if you're using default or tactical, the choice is completely up to you. However, if you're not using back buttons, I completely recommend using the tactical button layout. That's if you're not using it already. For those of you who don't know what back buttons are, you can have paddles or back buttons on the back of your controller with an attachment, or if you have a pro controller like a Scuff or Battle Beaver. If you're interested in knowing more about the PS4 back button, we have done a video on it which I'll leave in the description below. So my G's, moving on to the next setting, you want to go down onto the movement section of the controller settings, and you want to change your slide behavior to tap. After that, you want to go down to where it says automatic sprint, and you want to change that to automatic tactical sprint. If you're not already using this, you are way behind, and this is the #1 ingredient to the fastest movement in Warzone. What auto attack sprint does is it allows you to move in tactical sprint mode by simply just moving your left analog stick forward without having to click it at all. In this video, we will show you how to use movement correctly while using back buttons and the standard controller. So my G's, the big question is, what is slide cancelling for those of you who don't know? So essentially, slide cancelling is performing a sliding move while cancelling it before it finishes its end animation. If you want to know why you want to slide cancel, there are multiple reasons. Number 1, slide cancelling twice while you're tactical sprinting resets your tactical sprint. Number 2, if you slide cancel round the corner, you have Pika's advantage, which we will cover in another video. And number 3, you want to slide cancel around the map so it's a lot harder for an enemy to shoot you. So my G's, the big question is, how do you slide cancel? If you're playing on tactical, then all you have to do is click crouch, which is R3, R3, and then X. You want to do it in a smooth pattern of R3, R3, X, R3, R3, X, R3, R3, X. If you have default buttons, it's circle, circle, X. My G's, slide cancelling is something that you really need to perfect and you really need to practice on. The best ways of doing that are jumping in a private match in Modern Warfare, or you can jump into a plunder game. While you're slide cancelling and practicing your movement around the map, it's very important that you keep an eye on your centering like we covered in the last video, and if you haven't seen that video, I will leave the link in the description below. So my G's, we are moving on to the next technique which has been around for the longest since Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, that is drop shotting. Drop shotting is when yourself or an enemy is shooting and just drops to the ground by going prone. If you have tactical button layout, it is the easiest way to do it, and all you have to do is hold R3, which is your right stick, and it will just drop you to the ground, and all you have to do is aim and shoot at the same time. If you have back buttons on your controller but you don't use tactical button layout, then obviously you need to set your back button to circle. For those of you who don't have a back button, then I highly recommend changing your button layout to tactical. So my G's, here we have the bunny hop, the hardest move to perform. So essentially, this is the best move that you can use on an opponent. So when you're bunny hopping against someone, it's extremely hard to hit you because you are literally floating across the air. To perform a bunny hop, you run in tactical sprint, turn to the left or right where your enemy is, press X to jump, and then jump again as soon as you land on the ground, and you can do that up to 3 times. We will go into more depth on the bunny hop in a later video. My G's, before we end this video, I must say I didn't learn this all by myself. I've been watching the Movement King for a very long time, the man himself, JoeWo. I'm sure you already know who he is, and he has the best movement in Warzone. I've learned so much from watching this guy play Warzone, and I honestly recommend that you do the same. JoeWo has dropped an amazing movement guide on his channel, so I'm going to link that in the description below. My G's, a huge thank you to all our subscribers and supporters. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button to find your way back for more. My G's, leave a comment if you have any questions at all. We're always happy to help.